And that's how it starts once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Paranormal Portal. It's Friday night. God bless you all. Hope you all are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me here as always as we dive into another 2-hour episode of the Paranormal Portal. Hopefully commercial free, unless my bladder gets a hold of me, then we'll have to adjust on the fly. But so far it's looking good. How you doing, John Stevenson? Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for coming in. You got Wizard Moon, John Temperin, John Stevenson, John Temperin, John Stevenson. Rachel Gets It Right is here. We've got John Temperin, John Stevenson again. Annie Manuel, how you doing? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. All this time I think it's Manuel, right? Ooh, I felt a cool presence next to my arm here. That's unusual. Don't usually feel that. But maybe someone else is here. Nothing showing up on the ghost radar though, but I remembered to turn it on tonight. John Temperin, John Stevenson. Boy, you Johns are typing up a machine. Aussie Tiger's in here. Good to see you, Aussie. Thank you so much for being here. I'm here, of course. Gruntardo's in here. Good to see you, Gruntardo. And Rachel was the first one in the door tonight, so good to see you guys. All of you that are here. Oh, now I feel it down by my legs. That's crazy. Huh. There's definitely a chill right here by my arm, right over here, as if it's standing right next to me. And then it went down by my feet. Now it's back up on my arm. Huh. I don't know if that's unusual or not, but I can usually feel some very, very minute temperature shifts in my skin. I don't know why. I've always been able to just feel like if I'm walking by something that's giving off just a little bit more warmth than the room temperature, I'll feel it. And it doesn't have to be a very huge discrepancy, not like walking by a stove or something. But yeah, I was feeling that down by my knees, then up on my arm over here on my left, and then back down by my knees again. And it still feels like something might be there, but it's not showing up on the ghost radar. So I don't know. Is it really a presence or is it just some weird draft? I don't have any idea. I've not felt that before though, so that's unusual. Tommy Cooper's in the house. Good to see you. Thank you so much, Tommy, for coming in. As always, Barbara Mora's here and in Rumble. Good to see you, Barbara. And over in Rumble, she said, have a great show. No pressure. That's really sweet. Wizard Moon, I already said. Karen Alberding is in here. Good to see you. And I'm just going through the chats as they pop up. I'm not looking at the participants list. I will say, guys, that Grateful Owl's in here. Good to see you, Grateful Owl. Great to see you. MCAT Paranormal Research. How you doing, brother? That's a blast from the past for me here. I've known MCAT for years and years and years. And he's been a busy guy lately, but it's good to see you show up again. Thank you so much. Jojo is here. Good to see you, Jojo. Looking for any new names. Jojo, are you new to the show? If you are, thank you so much for coming in. It's great to see you. Or are you a rebranding of someone else? Because people change their names in here all the time, and I don't know whether to welcome you to the show or just say, hey, how you doing? Either way, I'm saying, hey, how you doing? But thank you for being here either way. That's wonderful. I'm looking for any new names that popped up. Uncut Savage is in here. That's a great name, Uncut Savage. That's awesome. I love that. That's a good name. Who else has popped up as long as I'm going through the... Mopar Bill is here. How you doing, Mopar Bill? Thanks for coming in. Great to see you as well. And John Stevenson, still. Barbara Mora, there you are. Any other one else? Grandizer just popped in. Good to see you. You're not new to the show, Grandizer. You've been here forever. But well, at least for a little while. It's been good having you here, though. Thank you for continuing to come back when we do these live streams. Hey, there's David Hedesheimer. Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you. I think I recognize your name. I don't know why. That's a long name, but it does seem familiar to me. Have you been here before, David? If so, let me know. If not, let me know. Either way, good to see you all. And thank you all. Con Squatch came in. Good to see you. Rumble's still looking like just me and Barbara over there chatting. However, there's a few other people watching, but that's fine. You don't have to chat to be a part of the shows. It's wonderful to have you here. Either way, yes, I have. Okay, so that's why I thought your name looked familiar from somewhere, which is unusual for me because I've more recently gotten better at looking at the chat and being aware of the chat because you guys are a huge part of the shows. But, unfortunately, when I'm drilled into an article and reading and trying not to screw it up, I don't pay as much attention to the chat. So, wanted poster at the post office for who? Tommy, who's wanted? Where's that story going? I don't know. But good to see you all. Thank you all for coming in. As always, it's Friday night. First of all, happy weekend. I'm thrilled you guys made it. I'm even more thrilled not only did you make the weekend, but that you're hanging out here with me on your valuable weekend time. This is Friday night, but it's wonderful that you're hanging out with me and being a part of this. Brent, have you ever followed the YouTube channel Where the Road Ends? I think that's the name of it. I think they've been around since 2013-ish. It does sound like a familiar name. I don't think I've got it. Mighty Mick 3YB. I know you. Yeah. Sasquatch. Is that better? You got your own segment. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mighty Mick. Mighty Mickey. I see what you did with the 3 there. It's a backwards E. Mighty Mickey is the one that was jumping all over me for pronouncing Sasquatch. He didn't like my pronunciation much, but we've had a few laughs about it since then. So I'm glad you're a good sport. That's cool. Thank you for coming in and checking out the live show. That's wonderful. But yeah, you're kind of a little bit of a celebrity around here. Just beyond your good manners. That's all I'm going to say. What happened to the road YouTube? Okay. I don't know. It's hard to say, Grandizer. I see shows all the time. And there's a lot of amazing shows out there. I don't have a ton of time to just watch shows, unfortunately. I do enjoy watching other people's shows. Paranormal Portal, my birthday is September 28th. Tomorrow, Justin saying happy birthday, but we'll get you a little happy birthday early for you. Happy birthday, everybody. Tell Justin saying happy birthday, just in case you're not going to be here tomorrow. By God, you're going to get it tonight. So I don't know if you're into spankings or not, but that's not happening here. I'm just going to let you know, unless you give a big donation. That's all I'm going to say. See what I did there? Sorry. I'm an idiot with a microphone. What do you want? This is absolutely unrehearsed and unscripted as always. How you doing, SoCal? Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. You got to say Sasquatch. I love Sasquatch. Sasquatch. That's my best Sean Connery. That's what your mother said last night. Anyway, that's for Saturday Night Live. But happy birthday. Yeah, that's good. I hope you have a good birthday doing whatever you're going to do, however you're going to celebrate. But fantastic. Anyway, how old are you going to be? Just curious. I mean, if you want to throw it out there, you can. If you'd rather not say, just leave it alone. Ignore that. Give a big donation. No, I don't spank myself. I just couldn't do it. It would be disingenuous. Anyway, let's change the topic. Change the subject quick. Yeah, it is Sasquatch. I do say Sasquatch. Yes, lovely, Sasquatch. Sasquatch. Yeah, that's kind of a Connery. Absolutely. Okay. It's just you and I tonight. Sheldon couldn't make it. So there is, I should go get Screwball. Actually, I was thinking about that tonight. Tossing back a little glass of Screwball with you guys, but, I didn't, maybe tomorrow night. Now here's the thing. If you remember the channel on YouTube, I wanted to give you guys a special thank you, obviously. That goes a long way in supporting the show, and that's not a pressure tactic. I love you all very, very much, and it means the world to me that you guys are here supporting me however you can. That's really awesome. Stick to Homer. Leave me alone. But I wanted to give an opportunity to throw a gift at some of at least one of our channel members tonight. I don't really do much for our channel members, and I feel bad about that. So every once in a while, I do a drawing for a t-shirt, a free Paranormal Portal t-shirt, and you can see what I'm talking about if you look at the logo collection on the Teespring link that's in the description. You'll see it. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of chatters over in Rumble, so it would just be me giving Barbara Mora a t-shirt if I tried to do one there, because no one else is there talking. But I want to give you guys that are channel members. I'm doing good. Cool hand. Good to see you. If you're a channel member, I want to give you an opportunity to win a shirt. Justin Sane will be 39. Well, happy 39th birthday, brother. That's awesome. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to be going over to the Discord later and starting a giveaway there. We're going to give it away in the next few days. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not quite sure how I was going to do it. I was hoping Sheldon was going to be here tonight because we could have done the giveaway, but he usually takes all the member names and puts them into this digital wheel and then gives it a spin. It's a virtual wheel, but it's one of those, things. And, yeah, so I'll have to figure out another way to do it. Maybe really low tech. I'm not sure how to do it. But before that, I'm going to do this as a thank you to our channel members. Let's see if I can do it through here. I can give myself a super chat or a super sticker. Why the hell can't I give myself members? Engage with your audience. What the hell is this? Start a QA? Start a poll. Okay. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it in here. Let me do this, though. I want to do this. Hold on just a sec. It's going to be a little awkward here tonight because I really was counting on Sheldon being here. Well, one thing I like to do on the giveaway nights when I'm going to give away a membership t-shirt, and I don't know if it's maybe thins the odds for a lot of people, but I want to do this anyway. So let me just do this. .com/paranormal portal, and I want to give away 5 memberships. So I'm going to do that in just a second here. When Legends Come Alive, that's live. I'm going to have to mute it here before I hear myself. 5 membership. There we go. I've muted it. So I'm going to do this here. Hold on. There, I can do it. I can do it here. So I'm going to do this and give away 5 memberships. I have no idea who these are going to. So if you get one, great. If you don't, I'm sorry. It's just YouTube's machine chooses 5 listeners that aren't already members. So here we go. Let's just do this. And waiting for it to catch up. And I'm going to buy it. There we go. So there should be 5 gifts of memberships. That'll give you a free 1-month membership to the Paranormal Portal. So good luck to all of you guys. I'm not sure who will get it. Okay, so far, I gifted it. Shelly Montgomery got one. JoJo got one. Forrest Friend got one. Congratulations. And Casey Philpott got one. And Melissa. I know you, Melissa. Nice. You guys are here. Thank you so much. So the Chronicles of Sasquatch. It is Sasquatch. That's how you say it. It would be Sasket if you went to the actual Salish words, but it's close. Anyway, I'm going to try to figure out how to do it maybe later on in the show. We're going to do it in the second hour. So don't go anywhere if you're a member, because you got to be here to be entered. That's all I'm going to say. Thanks. Thank you, SoCal. That's very sweet. So we're going to do that giveaway later. I'll figure out how. I don't know yet, but I'll figure it out. And until then, we got to get to the news. I got a cool Phantoms and Monsters article that we're going to pick up right after that. Kind of a neat story. It doesn't really fit into the Cryptid Corner, but I definitely wanted to read it because I think it's really cool. And then we'll do, of course, the Cryptid Corner to wrap it all up tonight. Good to see you too, Uncut. Thank you so much for coming in, man. That's really cool. It's great to see all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming in and being a part of my journey into the Paranormal Portal. Anybody getting leg issues? I'm getting a notice here from YouTube. I just want to make sure that the bandwidth is good. Are you guys lagging out at all? Let me know if you would in the chats. I appreciate it. It's just, I don't know what the hell happens. I got a fiber connection and everything, although my computer's tired. I know it's tired, but it's just, what do you do? My family way back then were Amish. Your family, you come from the Amish, Tommy? That's really cool. I love going to Amish villages and stuff. That's just like stepping back in time. It's awesome. And they're really wonderful people. The Amish that I've met have been just really incredibly wonderful people. So anyway, very cool. I did not know that. We all got a history, Tommy. All right, so I guess we're going to get to the news, ladies and gentlemen. I've got some news articles pulled up for you. And we'll check out what else is left. After that, I still got to figure out how to do the drawing. I'm not quite sure. I'm just going to go to a randomizer and type in the names. It's going to take a little bit. Oh, just insane. Got a birthday coming up, and he's giving gifts. I love it. I like how you work there, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get to the news and find out just what I've curated for your benefit here on the news. So let's roll. Let's roll. Are you ready to get informed? Because it's about that time. I'm about to news you up. Here we go. The only news I trust, John. I got you. Thanks, Shrek. I appreciate that. Hello from Trinidad in the Caribbean, or the Caribbean. How do you say it, Adesh? Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean? I'm curious because I hear both versions. And, Mighty Mickey or Mighty Mickey is here, and we don't want to pronounce things wrong. So let me know how you say it. Do you say 1, Caribbean, or 2, do you say Caribbean? So 1, Caribbean, or put 2 in chat if it's Caribbean. Caribbean. Okay. Adesh says the second one. Thank you, Adesh. Appreciate it. I just want to make sure to represent words as well as I can. So you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Caribbean from Adesh, which is a gentleman from the Caribbean. So outstanding. Good to have you here. Thank you for coming in. And Karen Alberting agreed. So that's good. Lots of people agreeing with you, Adesh. That's good. Since you're the mighty, you're going to... Number 3 was Sasquatch. Sasquatch. Very good. All right, let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen. Throughout the course of the show, I use a lot of different sites throughout the course of the show, and I just ask that you guys support these sites. Help give them traffic, give them your attention. If you're here, if you're watching the show, obviously you're into this stuff to some degree, unless you're just here to see what the hell to be pissed off about next, which is sometimes happen. I can't believe you wasted an hour and a half of my life, 2 hours of my life. I'll never get that back. It's like, why are you here watching a paranormal show? But if you like the paranormal, if you like the Fortean, if you like the strange phenomena, if you like the UFO stuff, check out these sites. These are so well done, and your traffic does equal revenue to keep these sites lights on. Keep them running. So please support them. Please visit them. Please give them your love. And I'm giving you my love just by being here because I love you. All right. Let's get to the news, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, we're going to be using a site that I've come long time love. I don't even know what the hell to say. Long time love. That just sounded all wrong. Oh, again, if you could only eat the words back after they come out of your mouth. This is a site I've loved for a long time, rather, which is what I tried to say really terribly. And this is unexplained-mysteries.com. This is pretty cool. The first story, I love these stories because there's a lot of things that this is all uncut. I wish I could edit this on the fly or have like a 30-second delay so I could, smack it out and kill some of those turds that I launched. But anyway, it is live. You're getting it as it comes out of my noise hole. So do your best to cope. All right, this first story, like I said, is a really cool one from unexplained-mysteries.com. I love these stories because it's neat to see that some of these long extinct or maybe long hybridized root versions of plants can still be created from viable seeds that they're finding in digs and in storages as they're stumbling across them. So let's check this out. Here you go. The first article tonight from the Nature and Environment section of unexplained-mysteries.com. 1,000-year-old seed grows into a mysterious biblical healing tree. There you go. They took 1,000-year-old seed and were able to regrow this plant. That's amazing. The ancient seed, which is found in the desert decades ago, has grown into a healthy tree. According to reports, the seed itself was originally discovered 40 years ago by archaeologists in a cave in the Judean desert and was thought to date back to between 993 CE and 1202. Oh, come on. What's a CE? CE. It's AD. Why do they got to keep changing stuff and making it, what the hell is CE? Common Era. Well, that's just AD, right? Incredibly, despite being 1,000 years old, the seed has since been cultivated over 14 years into a perfectly healthy tree nicknamed Sheba that could even have genuine healing properties. An analysis of the tree has found that it belongs to the genus Chamaephora, but its genetic fingerprint seems to be entirely unique, and its precise species remains unknown. Some experts now believe that the tree could be related to the Sori tree, or balm of Gilead, of biblical scripture, which was said to possess mystical healing properties. Sure enough, the tree's leaves and resin contain pentacyclic, what the hell is that word? Triterpenoids, which are natural anti-inflammatories as well as antioxidants that are used in certain types of skin treatments. As things stand, we may never actually know for sure what species of tree the seed has grown into, and it is also quite possible that it is the only one of its kind in existence. Whether or not this really is the biblical Sori tree, however, currently remains a topic of debate. Again, I apologize for any brutalizations of pronunciations throughout the course of that, but that was a lot of syllables in some of those words. And I think that would be sorry or sorry. Sorry. That's the name of the tree. It's sorry tree. Anyway, that's the first article. I think that stuff is cool, though. They're taking these old. There was an ancient native version of a squash that was found in a seed hoard that was uncovered that was apparently like 600 years old, and they were able to propagate that same squash that had since gone extinct for any number of reasons. It's hard to know why it would go extinct, but perhaps from agricultural practices that might have made its normal habitat impossible, so it couldn't propagate any longer and just went into extinction or whatever. But I think that's cool. Plus, there was some biblical fig that was found in I think it was in Israel, when they went into this old fort and they found a hidden chamber that had this vase of seeds, and they realized it was this ancient fig, and they were able to plant it and create a viable plant from it. And I think that's really cool. That's kind of like a greenhouse version of Jurassic Park. So the good news is these things probably aren't going to start eating people, which is probably a good start. So anyway, you might not have known that before today, but now you know. I guess I should turn this off. We don't need that. We don't need that extra camera below because nobody's joining us. So anyway, that's the first article. Hope you guys found that valuable and interesting. And wait, there's more. In fact, there's a couple more. I don't know. There's 3 more for sure. I don't know if I'm going to read all 3, but we'll see how it goes. So the next one up on the news is coming from the Nature and Environment files as well. And I don't remember what this one was that I pulled up, but we'll find out together, which is the journey of the portal. We'll find out together because that's how we roll. All right, here it is from unexplained-mysteries.com. Nature and Environment. Oh, yeah, I remember this one. Octopuses, or is it octopi? Isn't the plural of octopus octopi? Well, anyway, it's octopuses in this article. Anyway, and fish sometimes join forces to hunt. New study finds. Look at that, cooperation. Imagine that, even in the animal kingdom. It doesn't happen very often in the animal kingdom, but interspecies cooperation can be very effective. Holy Christ, that's a long article. Okay, we'll just read the first part of it. This is from Coulomb Brown. I don't know how do you pronounce Coulomb? C-U-L-U-M. It's Coulomb tonight, folks. A new study published in Nature, Ecology, and Evolution lifts the veil on what happens when octopuses, I guess it's pusses, maybe Coulomb knows something I don't, and fish hunt together. As it turns out, this cross-species relationship is more complex than anyone expected. Yeah, like who gets the most fish? That's what I'm wondering. Animals of the same species often cooperate, work together to reach some kind of goal, but it's relatively rare to find cooperation between individuals from different species. A classic example you'll be familiar with is the close relationship between dogs and humans. Really? That's the other example? Okay. Whether in the context of herding sheep or hunting, in these situations, the dog and the human work together to achieve a goal. That's mammals, but underwater species also sometimes cooperate. A nice example is the joint hunting behavior of moray eels and grouper. The grouper approaches the moray and signals that it wishes to hunt. The eel responds in kind, and off they go. Well, that's nice of them. During these hunting forays, the grouper uses signals to indicate where prey may be hidden in the coral matrix. It's synergy made in heaven. The eel can scare the prey fish from hiding places among the coral, while the grouper patrols over the top. There is literally no place for the prey to hide. That sounds like a horror movie. The grouper eels. The eels and grouper, the chances of catching their dinner is greatly improved when hunting together compared to hunting on their own. Well, hell, there's a video of some duck knocking seeds or like feeding seeds to these carp or koi or something. That seems like interspecies cooperation, right? The fish know that the duck's going to feed them, so when they see the duck, they just get all giddy and get up there and start kissing the top of the water. And then the duck grabs a bunch of grain or something, or pellets, and just starts, like it's feeding babies. It's crazy. But I think it might happen more than they realize, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it's not common, but it's not as exclusive as I think some people believe. I don't know. You see crows and wolves hunting together too. Like the crows will help the wolves locate prey and stuff. So it does happen interspecies, right? Octopus is an awesome creature, like a brain with arms. Yeah, they are. They're strikingly compassionate and seemingly intelligent. That's true, Uncut. I agree. Their brains are in their arms. That's sounds like most men, except it's not arms. Sorry. Had to go there. It was easy. I had to take advantage of it. So there you go. Article number 2. I'm going to put a link if anybody wants to read more. They can do that. I'll put the links in the chats. You can check out the full article for yourself. And this is one way you can help support the sites by visiting it. So let me get the Rumble chat up here and put this over there. All right. Paste. Grown from ancient seed found in a cave could be a source of biblical balm. Oh, there's another one. Barbara Mora found another article about stuff that was grown, that was seeds found in a cave. Yeah, that's cool. I love that stuff. Oh yeah, bird follows the elk, wolf follows the bird. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Octopussy is an excellent Bond film. Sure is. Sure is. Sure is. All right, so that's the second article. But there's more. Are you not loving this? Are you not entertained? I mean, come on. It's the news, for God's sakes. Presented, hopefully, in a way that you can enjoy. You're welcome. And you're learning, maybe. Maybe some of you are learning. So, I mean, what's not to love, right? All right, let's get to the next one. Here, we're going into the UFO files on unexplained-mysteries.com. And I don't know what this is, though. The headline was like, what? Really? But I guess art imitates life. And here you go. And what am I talking about? Well, here you go from unexplained-mysteries.com, ladies and gentlemen. Famous British UFO sighting is inspiration behind new play. Boy, that's a ambitious stage production, I'm betting. The incident involved reports of a red saucer-shaped object that baffled Stoke-on-Trent locals. Stoke-on-Trent, not Stroke. It's Stoke-on-Trent locals back in the 1960s. The strangeness began September 2nd, 1967, when reports started to emerge of something strange in the skies over Bentley, Stoke-on-Trent, which is situated in Staffordshire, England. Descriptions of the phenomena seem to differ slightly, but most witnesses agreed that the object was saucer-shaped and exhibited a number of lights which routinely changed color. Well, that's fascinating. Look at that grin. There's what I was talking about. It's like put a candle in his mouth and he's good to go for pumpkin season. I'm sorry, that's rude as hell. I'm an idiot with a microphone. What do you want? Description of the phenomena differ. I did that part. Okay, some also described it as having a red glow that did not seem to be giving off any heat. It seemed like a saucer and then it changed in different colors, said one witness. It changed like red and then it comes into a greenish color and then blue. There was no heat. It was just a red glow like a sunset, another added. And in total, there were around 70 independent sightings of the phenomena. Now, several decades later, a new play is being produced all about the incident. A new play. Wonder what they're doing for special effects on that one. You got some kid with a fishing pole and a UFO on it. Named Bright Lights over Bentley, is being produced by the local Claybody Theater, and will begin its run Friday at the Dripping House for anyone who happens to be visiting the area. I think it's fantastic, honestly. That's really cool, but it's got to be a tough thing to sell in a play form, wouldn't it be? The idea is something might be out there in general, and this is like a kind of world where people on a mass scale saw something in our area. I think that's kind of like really kind of wild and magical. Like, yeah, Scoob. Yeah. Said cast member Jack Wilkinson. Well, very good, Jack. I wish you guys the best. I hope it's a fantastic production and work your way over to Broadway. Go for it. Shoot for the stars. UFO play, shoot for the stars. I don't know. It was funny in my head. Anyway. Well, there you go. That's another article. And I guess there's only one more. I think I'm going to hold it, though, until tomorrow. But let me take a peek here at what it is, if it's one that we have to cover tonight or not. Oh, yeah, we'll cover this one tomorrow. Okay, so that's going to wrap up the news, folks. I hope you found that wildly interesting and fantastic and fun. And by God, this is part of the gift of every 2-hour show here on the Paranormal Portal is the news. If you like to be informed, probably shouldn't listen to the show too much, but that's a good Shaggy impression. Thanks, Shrek. I appreciate that. All right, so that's it. That's going to be it for the news. I guess we should get back to the rest of the show. back at it here. Uncut Savage says, my brother had a UFO encounter. It was a sphere, blue/white, blinding if looked at for too long. Makes me think of the Foo Fighters. Yeah, no doubt. Certainly people have been seeing orb-like UFOs forever. I mean, really, for a long, long time. And who was it said, somebody said, it's a trip. SoCal says, it's a trip how UFO shapes have morphed over time. I think it is pretty crazy. It's possible because it's been observed many times where people have observed UFOs being one object and then becoming several, and then being one object again, or splitting up and then pieces disappear and then the one, even changing shape in real time has been observed, which would seem to suggest that the structure isn't rigid per se, that it can morph. But I'm with you on the different types of UFOs. It seems like the 70s were full of cigar-shaped UFOs. Like that was the big flavor of the decade. Certainly saucers were huge. In the 50s, people seeing saucer shapes, at least they claim to. And triangles, looking around the Phoenix Lights episode of the 90s, I think. Wasn't that what it was? But there does seem to be, and I always thought maybe these different shaped craft may represent different intelligences. Maybe there are several different beings or planetary beings or races, if you will, of extraterrestrials or extra-dimensionals. I'm not suggesting they have to be from deep space. They could be from just a moment away in a vibrational shift or whatever. We just don't know. Or they could be inner Earth or, any number of possibilities. But it does seem that, to me, I was always assuming well, maybe that's Pleiadian, or maybe that's reptilian, or the mantis, or the greys, or any number of the Nordics, the tall whites. You just never know if they kind of represent their technology with specific shapes. And it's possible that they don't, but that was always a pet theory of mine. Who knows? Shrek says, I believe we're going towards that one X-Files episode where the government has acquired UFOs and started to build their own tech with it. Yeah. The Breakaway Space Program, I think it was Ben Rich, formerly of Lockheed Skunk Works, that's on his deathbed, or no, maybe it wasn't him, but maybe it was a general that said, well, now we have the technology to bring ET back home. And it's like, well, what does that tell you? You seem to have been privy to something that we don't know, unless he's referring to hell. It's like, well, we can send them back to hell if that's where they were from. I don't know. I don't know what he meant by that, but it certainly could be interpreted to the fact that maybe there is technologies that have been developed that can traverse the stars. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible. But it's interesting all the same. For a civilization that's a million years advanced, you think they'd have the shape figured out. Well, they might not be a million years advanced. They might be only 1,000 years advanced, or 10,000, or, there's no saying. But that's huge. I mean, that's a huge advancement to where we are. Just think about during my lifetime, and I was in schools. I think it was junior high when the first personal computers started landing for consumers, and they were literally glorified calculators. Literally all computers are calculators, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you had a green monochrome screen and you could type things and you could store information, you could do spreadsheets, and you could play, 8-bit graphic games, which were absolutely childish by today's standards. But, in this short period of time, it's several decades, but now we're in VR and photorealistic AIs and worlds, actual worlds and universes that have been created for people to play games in. And that's just gaming. And then you think about the idea that, ever since I used to teach computers at a high school level, and the big thing was that, look, whatever we've got on the consumer level, the military's capacity is like 30 years at least advanced to what we have. So this is just stuff that's filtered down to consumer level. Well, if we're looking at 30 years difference in technology, then basically when we were using 8-bit graphics and doing spreadsheets and and at best dial up at maybe 16 kilobits per second, the military was probably already using fiber and stuff. And of course, the internet was born from DARPANet, which DARPA had created to be a fail-safe kind of communication network that didn't have a linear design. It wasn't like a ring, from A to B to A again. Most infrastructures were like token ring and stuff, and so everything had to have a consistent path. But the DARPA net was the first to have a distributed nodes of communication all over the nation. And then if something was hit via nuclear weapon, then the other nodes would still remain active and communication could continue. So it wouldn't be like one strike would take down everybody. So then that became the internet eventually, after it was released to the universities, and then it became what we know today. So anyway, that's a little background in computers and networking and our infrastructure. So when you think about technology, that's how fast it moves. It's like, what is 30 years from now technology like? I don't know, but I'm excited for it. I love the idea that computers can do more and better and faster and more efficiently. That's wonderful. Tuned in, Blue Cruise tuned in. How you doing? Good to see you. What's a pull handle? Cerebral navigation with controls of the craft. Yeah, probably. That's probably how advanced it is. I remember my ma changing her checking account to get an adding machine. Oh, yeah. I mean, geez. One other guy verified this sighting and said we had a Facebook group, and put then Facebook would do upgrades that would wipe out all groups, so it just vanished overnight without warning. I'm not sure what you mean there, Casey, but it sounds like, yeah, there's always groups popping up and disappearing overnight. Lives in my head rent free. I saw UFOs over Tennessee Technological University in Tennessee back in 06-07. They tried to say they were meteors, but it was two the same size, same path. Yeah, that doesn't seem likely. But sure, nothing to see here is the common motif. The aliens from Alien could exist or something similar. Space is big, and it terrifies me yet fascinates me. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. If you believe in the multiverse theory, then there is got to be some version of our universe where the aliens are real, like the xenomorphs or whatever from Alien. Brent was in the saying in the 70s that we were 10 years behind tech. I don't know if that meant or perceived tech or actual tech that the military or high-profile agencies used. It was 30 years when I was doing it. I don't know about the 70s. Maybe it was 10 back then, but the gap has certainly widened. They're doing quantum computing, for God's sakes. That's a whole new level of fast as hell. And, like a brute force attack on a password of, 128, 256-bit password would have taken months and months and months back in the day. But, with quantum computing, it would probably take about the time it takes to press send on an email. That's the speed difference is just scary, So anyway, God only knows. But anyway, that's enough of that. I do want to get to this article that I've been talking to you guys about. And this is an early visit to phantomsandmonsters.com. Lon Strickler's site. Lon is a wonderful friend of the show, and he's given us his permission. So God bless him to let us look at some of his articles on his site and discuss them here on the shows. So phantomsandmonsters.com, if you're not familiar with it, ladies and gentlemen, is a phenomenal site. Lon's been at it for decades, and he's got an incredible site. He's updating it many times each day. Lon really is always churning out new stories, new encounters and stuff. And you can look into their archives and find thousands of encounter stories, whether it's Bigfoot, whether it's strange cryptids, whether it's Dogman, whether it's Mothman, whether it's strange phenomena, whether it's UFOs, ghostly stuff. You can find it all on phantomsandmonsters.com. So check it out. Let Lon know if you happen to leave him a message. Let him know the portal sent you if you have never been there before. Hey, Brent. Oh, good to see you, Blue Cruise. Yeah, good to see you. But Lon also has published works that you can check out that are linked on his site as well. And you can find information for his own podcast, which is Phantoms and Monsters Radio. And that's also a YouTube channel. So definitely check it out. Because Lon does live streams and he talks about a lot of these stories himself. So then you get it right from Lon, not through anybody else's filter. He's the guy that wrote the articles. So I can't imagine there's a better person to present the material. But I'll do my best. Okay, so the article that we're going to cover right now, and this is I realize this one might be, I don't want to tread on any sensitivities here. This isn't about gender. It's not about, making that an issue, but it is a reported phenomenon that somebody had happen. That's an incredible, possibly Mandela effect, for lack of a better term. And I saw this headline. I haven't read it. I don't pre-read anything before these shows. I'm reading everything with you as you're hearing it. So we're hearing it together. Unless you've already read Phantoms and Monsters, then you may have a little sneak peek of this. But this is the article, ladies and gentlemen. It's from September 25th, 2024, this year, a couple days ago. Gender glitch. Experiencer changes after auto accident. So is this, I mean, when I just read the headline, I was just like, God, wouldn't that be a Mandela effect? What if you went to the store and suddenly, fell and bumped your head, and then you woke up like a day after being in the hospital and suddenly you're a different gender? I mean, would that not make you want to just be like, what in the hell's going on? This is insane. But let's hear the story. I don't want to jump to any conclusions because, again, I haven't read this yet. A 17-year-old young man is involved in an auto accident and hospitalized. When he awakens, he's changed gender. 13 years later, the experiencer lives as a woman and a mother. I received this rather bizarre account. I was nervous about contacting you about my event, as it is far-fetched, but I think I have the courage now to do it. I experienced a really bizarre gender glitch. I'm almost 30 now, but this glitch took place when I was 17. I was also a straight male who fell in love with some bad friends, or who fell in with some bad friends. It all started one day a few months after I got my license. I was driving at night from a friend's house, and I remember getting really, really tired. I then remember seeing myself cross the center line and headlights from a tractor trailer bearing towards me. The next morning, I woke in a hospital, and at first I assumed it was due to the accident, but it was not. It was due to having appendicitis. But that's not it. After a short while, I noticed that I was different. I first saw my hands, and they were smaller, and I had chipped off nail polish on my fingernails. I then looked down, and I saw that I had breasts. Me too, but I'm trying to lose them. Sorry. It's, being overweight. I'm just, it was easy. I then blacked out, and I'm not sure if it was from the operation or from the shock. I woke up with a nurse talking to me a few hours later, asking how I was feeling. I spoke to her and noticed my voice was completely different. After she left, I fell asleep again, hoping that it was just a dream. It was not a dream. I was taken home by my parents, and I was still in shock and on the verge of a panic attack. I wanted to tell them what happened, but I never got the nerve. I assumed they would send me off to some mental asylum or And part of me believed I was in a coma. I got home and my room was different, and items were arranged in different places. The next morning, I had to go to church with my family. And I remember struggling so much with getting changed and putting on clothes. My mom then insisted on having me wear high heels. Well, that was a disaster. I almost fell like 20 times. Now, I'm not going through all the mundane stuff, but pretty much I had a different group of friends, but I knew all those friends as the popular kids at my school. I had to get used to many, many things. However, the biggest glitch for me is how I felt that I was slowly hypnotized. I remember that I thought I would just be a woman that likes women. I don't know if it's okay to say that or not, but in this bizarre world, wrong. The Matrix didn't want that. After a few months, I slowly noticed me becoming attractive to men. I noticed that I would flirt with them without thinking. I got intimate about a year later, and it was great. Also, the high heel thing, it went away by the next Sunday. I walked in them as if I had known how to walk in them since I was 5. I had many things that just came naturally to me at random, such as how to use makeup. Well, that's my brief story, and I assume it's either a glitch or it could be in my head. Just so you know, I'm now happily married with a 2-year-old son. So yeah, my life changed a lot since I was 17 years old. I'm not panicked about this happening. It is what it is. And I've moved on with my life. I also forgot to mention, I do not remember 2 separate memories. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Huh. So how about that? I mean, could you imagine? I don't know what I would do. Yeah, I mean, it's strange because even though this person claims they were a teenage boy that suddenly became a teenage girl, same parents apparently, same home, same mostly everything except things were just transferred all of a sudden. And how does that work? I mean, wouldn't you feel like you were, I don't know, maybe it was a better, maybe the trajectory of that life was going to be so terrible and tragic that maybe that was the biggest blessing that could have happened, to just kind of have a reset and see the world differently. But it's just crazy. Brent, that is a popular story type, gender reverse in anime lore. It's like wildfire. Oh, I don't know. I watch very little anime. Some I watch, but not very often. So I'm not familiar with that, I guess. But I'm sure you're right. But I don't know. That one really kind of cooked my bacon when I was looking. I was like, wow, what would you do? I mean, you'd want to still remain yourself, but it sounds like, I don't know, like the biology just kind of was there, or the memories, the muscle memories of this female version were always there, and it just kind of took over. And so this personality melded into their new reality. But I don't know what I would do. That would be crazy. First, I don't know, I might make a good looking woman. I don't know. Probably not. That train took out of the station about a decade ago. But it's strange. What year was this article? Well, the article itself is just 2 days ago that Lon posted it. It said that they were 17 when it happened, but the person's almost 30 right now. So I guess about 13 years ago, I guess. But yeah, crazy. I can't recall the name of it, but there's a super popular anime. 2 of them. 2 of them. Well, that might be the cold drafts I was feeling earlier. I don't feel the cold drafts now, though. So I don't know. That's a crazy story. What was that? Oh, that's the ghost radar. That's on the screen right here. I'm moving my mouse over it, making a circle on the ghost radar. So it located, I guess, 2 presences, which were very close. The gray in the circle is actually the computer tower, which is just down by my feet below my desk. So whatever it was like right here, somewhere right in here, or maybe just over by that ring light that's right there. So I don't know if it's accurate. Again, I'm not saying that it has to be paranormal, but it's detecting some kind of that. And when it makes that noise, that means it's a huge EM anomaly. It's not a small one, and could be a big energetic presence. So, well, I think it's maybe the same, but I don't know. Maybe it is a little louder. I'm not sure. I didn't adjust any volume on it, so my hair on my neck stood up like that, like a cat. I know, that's probably the worst sound they could use, is like, yeah. It's like you go into Three Stooges mode, like, I don't know. But anyway, my ham keeps disappearing. I don't know if I got a hungry spirit or a squatter. Where are you keeping your ham exactly? I don't know. Maybe you got someone living in your attic and sneaking out at night and taking some ham. Brent, did some Aleister Crowley stuff here, summoning a demon? No, I didn't. I've never tried to summon anything. As a matter of fact, I don't. The only thing I have done, though, and you can catch these episodes on the investigations playlist on YouTube. I've made some clips of it that are over on TikTok and on Instagram, but I've done investigations live on the show where I set up my investigating equipment on the other table over there, which is where Don would have sat if he was still coming. But I set up a bunch of things like a REM pod, flashlight, and a build that's it's based on the Portal build by Steve Huff of Huff Paranormal. But yeah, I got some really crazy stuff. And I also there was another time on the show that I was testing out an app that I'd seen on a bunch of ghost shows. And this is the app. I guess I should go back to the main screen here, make it easier to see. But this is the app. It's called Spirit Talker. And this thing has done some really funky stuff while I was live on the show. It kind of freaks some people out, though, so I don't do it as often. I was going to do some member streams of doing some investigations, but I haven't. I don't know, maybe I should allow that. I haven't done that for a while, just because I've been absolutely buried trying to keep up. Casey was summoned. Good. Well, that's kind of summoning we like, Casey, is when you're here. So that's good. But this thing, this app, the Spirit Talker app, was spitting out old Latin, like the dead language Latin. A lot of it, just that, which if it was just an algorithm, doesn't really make sense. Like if I'm surprised that there's Latin in the database, first of all. That was already bizarre, but that was live on the show. So I've done some investigating here, but I'm not actually actively trying to get stuff to come. I wonder if I could show you guys. Let me just pull it up, see if we can here. It was really kind of interesting. I'll pull up my Instagram, and you guys can see maybe at least one video of doing live investigations. And it's a little clipped. I did clip out some dead spots, but what I captured, I think, was actually pretty impressive. And it's actually more activity than I've gotten on a lot of ghost investigating I've done at haunted locations. So just waiting for everything to load up here. Is that it? Here it is. Okay. So let me do this first. I'll just pull the whole Instagram over to the next page, and we'll watch it together. You guys can see what I'm talking about. And if you're on Instagram, please follow me. I would appreciate it. It's Paranormal Portal Radio on Instagram, so you can look for that. And I'd love to have you guys follow it. And I'm always trying to build up these social media things. I'm not really good at posting regularly on them, but I do my best. Anyway, let's get to this. Here it is. This is the investigation that I did here in the studio live on a show once, and you can check this out now. I think this is the one. I'd like to know what name to call you.
Peter.
Peter? Did I hear Peter? Yeah. Okay. Peter, where are you? It's right there, folks. Well, thank you, Peter. Appreciate that. I've just got chills like crazy. It's awesome. This is incredible. Peter, are you always here, or did you just... Yes, you are. Okay. You're always here. Well, that's wonderful. It's nice. It's nice to have a name to call you. So there you go. That was it. So, I've got a couple of those on here. Question and apologies have been asked before, but have you ever interviewed a Catholic priest who conducts exorcisms? I know some content creators won't go there. Yeah, I have, for sure. Father Mike has been on the show several times. I think 3 times. And he is a Catholic priest, and he is an exorcist. So he's been on the show talking about exorcism and stuff. So it was real fascinating. You can find that on the podcast. I think it was season 5 of the podcast he's been on a couple times. And we talked about exorcism the first time, and then we've talked about a couple other topics as well when he came back. So pretty awesome. I think we talked about cursed objects another time. So that was pretty interesting interviews with Father Mike. And so you can check that out. It's on the podcast playlists. Wherever you listen to podcasts, if it's Spotify, if it's Pandora, if it's iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, Pandora, any of them. Where you look, oh good, thanks Brent, I'll have to look that up. Yeah, but it's on Spotify. I just subbed to your Instagram with all my IG accounts. God bless you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And same for TikTok. If you are on TikTok, please follow me there. And if you're on Twitter, I don't know, just go to paranormalportal.net, and in the upper right hand corner of the page, there's all my all the social media accounts are up there. So if you click on them and you already have one, absolutely, please, I'd love that. Chucky, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, brother. So that was as close as I've come to ever summoning thing. Now, there is a belief that if you investigate, you can, by virtue of investigating, you might be passively summoning things. But I don't know. It's been pretty peaceful here in the home front. I do cleanse regularly, though, because I think by virtue of doing these shows, there's something to do with a magnetism of sorts, that when you talk about topics, when you're drilling into topics, when you're discussing things, you might be kind of calling them to you. It's either Brent Thomas or Paranormal Portal on TikTok. I can look that up quick. I can do that. TikTok. What is it? What is my account? Let's go. Waiting for my computer to finish loading. Oh, she's a tired machine, she's. Oh, good. All right. Yeah, it's just so slow.
This purse has bloodstains on it from the day I was almost murdered nearly 9 years ago, and it is the last remaining physical piece of evidence.
All right, we're going to mute that for a sec because I don't want that. I just want this. View profile. Thank you. Now I can unmute that. All right. It's under Paranormal Portal, but it's Brent Thomas 163. So either Paranormal Portal or Brent Thomas 163 is my TikTok. If you want to become a member or follow me there, that'd be great. I got 522 followers on the TikToks. So that's always an option. I just don't create content there enough. And that's my failing, so I do apologize if you follow me on TikTok, but stick with me. I'll keep working on it. I'm trying to get better. Hopefully I will. Hopefully I will get better. All right, what time do we got? It's 8:10. I'm going to look for something. Let's see. Random drawing generator. I got to look up generator. Okay. All right, random drawing generator with oddity draws. I don't want to buy it. I just want to use one. Wheel of Names. There you go, random name picker, which is wheelofnames.com. God, I hope it's not some virusy piece of crap, but I'll try. So what I'm going to do now, since we're at the top of the hour, or just a little bit, we're close to the top of the hour. But let's do this. All right, so I've got, how do you do a new one? New. Oh, Jesus, what the hell just happened? That's not what I wanted. Okay. I just want to take out these names. All right, so if you are a member, please let me know. All right, so first I've got Annie. If you've won, please let me know too. Annie Manul is the first one. Next is Barbara Mora. Next is Shelly Montgomery, who just got a free account. Montgomery. Anybody that's gotten a t-shirt or won one, not if you've got one, but if you've won one, please let me know. Oh, God, I misspelled that. Montgomery. Okay. All right. SoCal. Sasquatch. Okay, I've got 4 names. Grandizer is a member. Grandizer. I'm just going to type Grandizer. Grateful Owl. Oops. Owl. Okay, keep typing. I want to see new names. If I haven't mentioned your name, we got Wizard Moon. Wizard Moon, you won one already. I already won one. Thank you. Yep. Spinning the wheel. Yeah, I'm going to do it on screen as soon as I get this done. But if you're a member, if you're a channel member, you can qualify to win a t-shirt. Aussie Tiger. There you go. Aussie Tiger. Aussie's going to hit me first. If he wins, I got to mail it to Australia. Barbara Mora, Annie Manul, Luke Griffin. You're in the drawing. Who else? If you're a member, JoJo is here. Good. Yep, just keep popping your names up. That helps me out a lot. I'd like to, what biker style? It's going to be for the logo collection shirts. Annie Manul. Okay, any other members, now's your time to let me know if you want to be included in this drawing, because I can't see who's a member unless you chat something. So, KJB, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Okay, you got to be a channel member, though, to qualify. So if you're not a channel member, John, I think you won one already, didn't you, on Discord? John Temperin. Anyone else? Come on, anyone else? Any other members? Now's your chance, because I'm going to do a t-shirt giveaway. So far, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 names. Oh, John Stevenson, that was you. Okay. Well, John Temperin's... John, you're not a member, though, buddy. John Temperin. Who else? Oh, I'm sorry, brother. It's okay. I mean, it's just something for the people that are members. I don't do anything else for you guys, and I'm sorry that I don't give you guys a lot of reason to be members, but it means the world to me, and this is just one thing I can do to help. Hardwick is here. Oh, yeah, you did win one. That's true. So do I only have... So I got Annie Manul, Barbara Mora, Shelly Montgomery, SoCal Squatch, Grandizer, Grateful Owl, Aussie Tiger, Luke Griffin, And JoJo, is there anyone I missed that hasn't already won a shirt that is a channel member on YouTube? Just let me know. I'm going to stop typing in 20 seconds. So if you're not on there, okay, nobody else? Nobody else? All right, I'm going to drag the wheel over. I'm going to drag it. How the hell do you spin it? I guess I can shuffle too, yeah. How do you actually spin this thing, though? Oh, you just got to click to spin. Okay, got it. Anybody else? Batman. Batman, did you win one? Let me know if you've... I don't think you have you? Maybe you have. Batman. No, Batman. All right. The Wheel of Destiny is about to spin. All right, that's going to wrap it up unless there's anyone else that's not speaking up currently. Again, I did give away 5 memberships at the beginning of the show. Hopefully you're still here. Okay, you haven't won. Then you're in the drawing, brother. You qualify. Let me pull up the chats and stuff so I can see. I just sent you $13 for the computer replacement fund. Oh, thank you. Okay, well, you're in the running, buddy. You're in the running. Let me shuffle the names here. I'm going to put it on screen so you guys can see. As we do this, God, I hope this thing isn't a scammy piece of crap and it's going to give me a bucket full of ads for this. All right, I'm shuffled the names, so now they've all been randomized here. Okay, I am getting ads, so you're getting free advertising. Wheelofnames.com. Anybody else? I won a shirt. You have won a shirt? SoCal, you did win? Have I won? I know Karen's won, but you haven't won, Neil. Are you a member? I got to look over on this other chat. Hold on. God bless it. I'm going to move this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Shelley. Doesn't look like you remember, Neil. I'll give you if you, I mean, it's a lot to ask to memberships, and I feel bad to ask, but I do have to make this about the members just to give them something. Chris, I wish I could give you all shirts, believe me, if I could. So, SoCal, did you win or no? I won the shirt that Batman donated. Oh, okay. Well, let me take SoCal out of the running here then, and I'll re-randomize it. Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate that. Oh, what the hell? There we go. All right, I'm going to re-randomize. I'll reshuffle. Okay, the names have been reshuffled. All right. I sent the funds through PayPal, so YouTube didn't take it. Oh, God bless you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, here we go. And we're going to do it. All right. I'm spinning. And our winner is Aussie Tiger. I'll give us an applause too. Congratulations, Aussie. Now I got to mail this to Australia. Thank you. Awesome. Congratulations, Aussie. Thank you so much, brother. You've been with me for a long time, and I'm glad we'll be sending you a shirt. Actually, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to do a second spin because I love you guys. And let's shuffle it again. And let's spin one more time. Austin, you can't win again, so I'm going to take you off of here. I'm going to give away 2 shirts. It's the kind of love I have for you guys. All right, next spin. Second spin. Here we go. Boom. Good luck to everybody. Annie Manul, you are the proud owner of a new shirt. Eventually, when I get it to you. All right, you get a t-shirt, not a cup. So congratulations to Aussie and Annie. You guys are awesome. You got a new member? What? What do you mean? Where? Did somebody just sign up? What do you mean? Casey Jones Astrology, welcome to the Portal Peeps. God bless it. All right. You guys are killing me. Since I didn't see that, I'm going to give you another spin. We'll give another spin. I'm going to include Casey Jones. They're going to be giving away 3 shirts. This is so much love. All right. We're going to do it again. Close. All right. So I'm going to take out Annie, Aussie, and now Casey Jones. Casey Jones Astrology. All right. No more entries, please. I can't keep giving away shirts, but I feel bad that it might have taken him that long to get on the roster. So I gotta give him a shot. Let me shuffle the names. All right. 3 shirts. This is the kind of love I have for you guys. To my members. All right. Let me write this down. So far, you've got Aussie Tiger. T-shirt winners. Aussie Tiger. Annie Manu. Man, my pen is dying. God bless it. New pen. Manu. And for number 3, let's shuffle again. Make sure I did it. Here we go for the 3rd shirt tonight. Here we go. It's time. Good night, Adesh. Thank you. We're going to get to some cryptids in just a minute, but I'm sorry. I just wanted to do this. There's the spin. Whoa. All right, Grandizer, you're the 3rd winner. Okay, now what I need from you 3 is for you guys to go to Paranormal Portal Radio at gmail.com. Send me an email. I need a mailing address and your name. And of course, your size. I need to know your shirt size. All of that, I promise, will remain absolutely confidential. So please, if you could, email me, because I've had people not contact me after they won shirts and I couldn't mail them anything because I had nowhere to send it to. So please send it to me and at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com, and we will get those out to you as soon as I can. So 3 shirts given away. I'm still going to do one over on Discord. If you want a shirt here, please don't enter in Discord. Just give more people a shot. I would appreciate it. But that's the giveaway for tonight. A triple giveaway as it turns out, but I guess we've missed a few months, so that's only right. We gave away 3 shirts. God bless you guys. Fat man size, I got you, brother. We got sizes, don't worry. Don't matter what size you need, just give me the size you need so that I can get you in the shirt. That would be awesome. So anyway, there we go. What the hell? Just waiting for this to work. There we go. All right, I'm going to close this. All right, folks, that was the giveaway. Thank you so much, everybody. Congratulations to our winners. Appreciate it. You guys are amazing. All right. Everybody, just stick with me. We'll be doing them every month here going forward. So, but if you join the Discord, you get another shot if you want. Just join the Discord. It's absolutely free. The link is in the description as well. And I'll be announcing that giveaway after the show tonight. So hopefully, Paranormal Portal, I have you via Messenger under my real name. Yeah, you do. You can send it that way too. That's fine, Aussie. Whatever works for you. Just send me that and your shirt size. Send me a mailing address and a shirt size, and I'll get it to you as quickly as I can. Sometimes I do take a long time to do that. I apologize, but just know I've not forgotten anybody. I do eventually get the shirts out. It's just, it happens as quickly as I can make it happen. So what it is time for now, ladies and gentlemen, is another festival of fun. And that is the Cryptid Corner. So I hope you guys are ready, because we're going to dive into the cryptids. And We're going to get to that in just a second. Here we go. It's time for the Cryptid Corner. And I have to do this. It's the Cryptid Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cryptid Corner. SoCal took my wife to the Grateful Dead show for our second date. Question is do you remember your second date? Oh, I saw the Grateful Dead in concerts in the 80s. And it was Grateful Dead, Tom Petty, and Bob Dylan. I'm telling you, that was a hell of a show. It was at the Hubert H. Humphrey Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So it was a big bunch of names, but it was my first encounter with Deadheads. Most of it, Brent. I met Deadheads, and I'm just a high school kid, and I went and sat down. I think we had three friends with me, and we sat down, and this guy, he's just all burned out. He's in tie-dye. He comes up and he goes, "Hey man, you got any morphine?" I'm like, "No." That was literally my introduction to a Deadhead. Was, "Hey man, you got any morphine?" Yeah, fish heads nowadays. Yeah, there you go. So it was great. Yeah, it's not the same without Jerry. You're right. All right, so welcome to the Cryptid Corner, ladies and gentlemen, where we discuss all the creatures and cryptids we can pack into the rest of the show. We're going to start the journey at Sasquatch Chronicles blog on SasquatchChronicles.com, and these are fantastic emails that Wes posts of people that are reaching out to him to share their stories. Now, some of these become shows in their own rights, but some of them don't, but that doesn't make them any less amazing. It's just that Wes has such a volume of people reaching out to him that he just couldn't possibly make shows of everything. So at least he posts them here so we can all learn something from them. So we're going to start the show there in the Cryptid Corner. And special thanks to Wes for putting it up there. Oh, okay. So this is a sound file, actually. And this is from September 27th, so it's today old. Creature screaming behind my house. We'll listen to the sound file as well. A listener writes, "I'm hoping you can tell me what this is. Recorded it behind my house a few years ago. Love your show. Thanks." And Wes says, "I've listened to it and it sounds like a canine to me, possibly a coyote, but what are your thoughts?" All right, so without further ado, let's have a listen and see if we have some thoughts about this. Yeah, it does definitely sound canine to me as well. I agree with Wes. That one sounded a little different though. Yeah. I think we all agree. Yep. Yeah, it does sound canine. I think Wes is right on the money there. It's not what you hear most of the time, but that's the way that the cadence goes from is not uncommon for coyotes. It's not the more popularized sounds that you usually hear attributed to coyotes, which sound like more higher pitched wolf howls, but they do that kind of yipping bark thing, like I used to have coyotes living behind my house on the same hill that I heard the growling at 14. It's called Rattlesnake Bluff, back in my home area there. But Sasquatch with hemorrhoids, maybe, but hope it got better. Just go sit in a creek for a while, get the information down. Anyway, that's a good capture, though. I mean, at least the person didn't know, and there's no harm, no foul and stuff like that. I mean, it's like, yeah, they're not saying it's Sasquatch. They're just saying, hey, I don't know what this is. Help me understand. Now, could it have been? Yeah, there's one of those vocalizations in there that didn't go high, that sounded almost like the whoops, whoop, like that. But it didn't go higher like the woo woo, like the other ones did. But it definitely sounds coyote to me as well. So pretty good grab. But I appreciate the person sending it in. Who was saying that above? Somebody said that they had a Sasquatch encounter. I believe I've encountered this is from Shrek. From Shrek. I've encountered a Sasquatch once. It could have been a bear, but no bear can run that fast on his hind legs. Yeah, you just don't see bear running on their hind legs. There's the one footage from, I think it was from the East Coast, of that bear, black bear, that's kind of bolting through this, wooded suburban area. And it's something wrong with its front paws. So it's obviously gotten used to just being bipedal, but it's not like it's running. The thing is just like kind of like a speed walker, except they get those little stubby legs. If you look at bear legs, they aren't robust legs like people legs. They're just framed different. They can go up on their two legs, and they can travel and walk that way, but that's more of getting a high vantage point, or maybe intimidation, or just, any number of posturing reasons. But it's not their preferred method of travel. And if they do see something booking it on two legs, it's probably not a bear, whether grizzly or black bear or whatever. They just don't move that way fast. So if you see something moving and it looks maybe kind of like a bear, then I think you saw some. Brent, what are your thoughts about reports of Sasquatch and orbs involved? Like Sasquatch turns into an orb, and or the orb turns into Sasquatch. I've heard those reports quite a bit. The thing with it is, and this is just me, and it's not that I don't believe it's possible. It's just, I don't know what to do with that. It's like, how are they a very physical being that leaves footprints, that is observed eating, that is observed hunting and killing, and any number of other activities that have been observed, like breaking trees, all that stuff. How does that very physical being turn into an orb of light and then turn back into this very physical big being? And I just don't understand it, I guess, is the best way to put it. So for me, I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't understand it. And I don't know what to do with that. It's like, I'm really into this stuff, obviously, all of it. And I'm not saying things like that are impossible. It's just, I don't know how to quantify that. There's no other example in nature of anything else doing that. But it's not just a intangible being. It's a very physical being that leaves footprints. It's, leaves handprints. It, presses its face against windows and intimidates the hell out of people. It breaks stuff. It throws stuff. It hunts. It eats. It poops. And then sometimes it's a ball of energy, according to some people. So do I believe that that's for sure real? No, but I'm not saying it's not possible. I don't know how to believe it, I guess. So I think it's one of those things that I would have to see to really wrap my head around it. And even then I probably couldn't, but at least I could say, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. I don't ever just jump onto ideas that somebody may present, because there's plenty of people out there that say things just for attention, or just to be weird, or to get their minutes of exposure. There's plenty of other people that it could be a science we don't know yet. You're absolutely right, Grateful Owl. So I'm not kiboshing the idea. It's just that intellectually, I don't know how that can be. I just don't understand. And it's like anything else. We don't really understand any of this stuff, but I've at least seen a lot of this other stuff. I just haven't seen that. So I don't understand the mechanics of it or the quantum physics of it or whatever. It's just such a foreign idea to me. I love the idea, believe me. I love that there's still magic in this world, but I just can't say, yeah, I believe that for sure. That definitely happens. I know I've talked to people that have seen that, and I don't disbelieve them. I just don't know what to do with it. So that's all I can say. Good way of looking at things. I've come to that way much. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't disparage anybody that makes those claims. It's just, I don't understand it. I don't know what to do with it. So those people are the crappiest or the crappy. Yeah. Well, there's plenty of those kind of people out there that are just trying to make a name or to, get some recognition. There's a lot of people online that are just looking for attention, and God bless them. I for whatever reason, I just, usually the motivations aren't real noble. They're usually to just notice me. This is me. I'm saying this now. Me, more me now. And that's a real tragedy in all of this, because I think there's a lot of us are genuinely looking for answers and understanding due to our own experiences or just due to an interest or a curiosity. But there's a lot of other people out there that are just like, hey, more me. Let's talk about me more. And I say this, and this is real because I said so. And I just don't ever jump on those things. So I'm cautiously reserved about it at this point. I guess that's the best way I could put it. But, I mean, there's plenty of, I've seen spirit orbs. I've seen those in person, but it was only about the size of like a 50-cent piece, about like this big. So it wasn't a ball, like a big ball. It was this big, and it was both times it was right in front of me. Like I'm sitting here and it would be like a ball of light just drifted by my face. That's what the first time was like. The second time I saw a ball of energy or light was in this very home where I was going to the kitchen, and a ball of light came around my cupboard where I couldn't see. And I was walking up to it, and it came up to my legs and then shot around and just was gone. But I saw it. I mean, it's truly something that I witnessed. So I can say that, yeah, I think it was a spirit orb, and other people have suggested might be a fae. I don't know, maybe. There's lots of stories and histories and legends and folklores of fae and these light orbs being the same thing. Do I understand it? No. But I saw it. So there you go. All right, so that was the first one. Thank you to that person who sent it in. I think that's awesome because those things are important. I mean, not everything has to be absolutely for sure proof, but at least it gets people thinking and examining and having the discussion. So even stuff that maybe isn't Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or whatever, but yeah, I have protection. I regularly protect. So, but it could be a protective spirit. I guess that's possible too, Annie. I don't know. Hopefully, I hope it's someone that loves me or looking out for me. That's cool. It was a weather balloon. Often wonder if Sasquatch and others are flesh and blood like us. In every way, could they become ghosts after death? Sure. Why not? I mean, people see pet ghosts, like, dog owners have seen the spirit of their dogs. My mom has told me a story many times of having experiences with her dog, who was a Maltese. It was a beautiful little white Maltese named Tucker. And my mom and this dog were inseparable. But every night, and I've told this story before, forgive the redundancy for any of your regulars, but every night she would go to bed and Tucker would jump on her bed and then do circles, like the poop circles that dogs do. They always have to find just the right place to lay the deuce. Well, that's the way it would lay down. It would do these circles on the bed and kind of look around and then plop. And she said after her dog has died, and it happens every once in a while, she'll be in bed and she feels those little feet walking around doing the circles and plopping, and then it's over. So So he's apparently still with her. So if dogs and cats can have representations of spirit, then why couldn't a Sasquatch? I think it could. I definitely think that that's true. Could be some of it anyway. All right, let's get to the next one from Sasquatch Chronicles. And this is from the 26th, so yesterday. It's an encounter in southeast Oklahoma in 1976. A listener writes, my encounter happened during the summer of 1976 in a town called Golden, Oklahoma, which is 10 miles due west of Broken Bow. My parents had gone to Oklahoma City for an operation my father had to have performed. We lived over a mile outside of Golden, near the river bottoms of the confluence of Little River and Glover River. At our home was just me, and there's my 3 sisters. And I guess he didn't say there. And my 3, so it's just that person and the 3 sisters. My father had always told me to protect my sisters at all costs. Well, the night before my encounter, our dogs were barking in the middle of the night. We had 4 dogs at the time. The next morning, I was outside in less than 10 feet. From my bedroom window, I found one of our dogs on the ground, and it was smashed completely flat. I mean, as flat as a piece of paper. This was a small dog, a lap dog. It looked like something heavy fell on it and smashed it flat. Its guts were squirted out, its skull was crushed, and so was its skeleton. Well, I didn't know what to think, but I buried it. That night, after dark, near 11 p.m. or so, the other 3 dogs were on the front porch and were barking with crazy intensity. They would not go off the porch, which was unusual for them. Well, I turned on the porch light and was looking out the door, and in front of our home was a railroad crossing about 50 yards from our front door. Just past the edge of the light, there was a figure, a very large figure standing on the crossing, legs spread out and swaying from left to right. Arms were long, and it was watching our house. Well, I thought it was a drunk person, but couldn't figure out who would be this far from town in the dark. Well, I called the dogs into the house in lieu of what happened the night before. What I did next was what my father had trained me to do. He was a veteran of World War II, Korea, and Vietnam, one of the first SEALs in 1962. So he's underwater demolition then. I loaded my 12-gauge shotgun with 00 buckshot. I taped my flashlight on the barrel of my shotgun, and I sat up in the hall outside of my sister's room with my dogs by my side. Sometime after midnight, my dogs started growling at the back windows of the kitchen. The well house was behind our house, and the dogs were almost breaking the windows, so I went out the side door of the kitchen, and like I was taught, all lights in the house were off. I turned on the outside light, which shone in the side yard, but not past the corner of the house, and it did not shine on the well house. So instead of walking down the steps, which ended at the corner of the house, I stepped off the porch and moved away from the house to increase the distance between me and the corner of the house. I heard and felt a very deep bass breath with a very long exhale. I felt the exhale vibrate through my body. I instantly chambered around. As my light moved from the back well of the well house toward the front of the well house, I heard the door open and 5 heavy steps headed toward the fence at the side of the yard, away from me. The entity leaped over a barbed wire fence in a single bound and turned to the right and ran parallel to the fence for about 40 yards and then crossed it back over the fence and now was crossing my field of vision from left to right. And it was about 30 to 40 yards out in the field. I could see the entity in the moonlight running, and it was large, and it ran incredibly smoothly, through hay yet to be cut. It was about 3 to 4 feet high. Well, I fired at it 3 times. I don't know if I hit it. The next day my parents came home. And I've had several other occasions where things just went weird. Ugh. That's crazy. Now again, this is a kid. I don't begrudge this guy being afraid, protecting the family. It already killed the dog, like smashed it flat. So I don't have the same reservation about this guy throwing lead at it, because the last thing you want this thing to do is to keep coming around the house. What if it's one of the sisters outside next time? And most people would say, well, those kind of encounters just don't happen. These are peaceful creatures. Well, the First Nations tribes would disagree with you. There's so many stories of different versions of Sasquatch that take people and they're never seen again. And so with that in mind, would you risk your family? I mean, even the dog thing is a heartbreaker, because dogs are a part of the family. If you're an animal lover, they are. If you're an animal liker, they're still part of the family. But if you're an animal lover, then that is family. So that's a little different. It's already crossing a lot of lines, and it's coming close to the house, which is a whole nother big can of worms. Can you roll the dice on that? I don't think I could. I'd be like, well, at this point, we got to make a statement. Now, I hope he missed the thing, but hopefully it left an impression on the thing to at least keep it wary of the house, So recently I heard someone say that they are like people, some hostile and some not. And that may be right. Again, most Sasquatch encounters are very benign. Oh, they look over, see a person, and then they just go somewhere else. But they seem to actively choose our absence. They're not usually trying to be a hindrance. They're probably just coming around people's houses looking for a quick meal of something. And, I don't begrudge that that's probably true. But yeah, as a brave kid for sure, Jojo. I mean, just to go out there and protect your sisters. I mean, that's what he's hearing in his head. And he obviously knew what he was doing. It wasn't like he was just grabbing something and, lobbing shots everywhere. But it sounds like he was at least careful and did everything he could short of that. But I don't know. Again, I don't like the idea of people shooting at them if at all possible. But at the same point, can you know which version you're dealing with? And the answer is no. You don't know. But I mean, if it's running away from you, well, it's already leaving. But I think just to blast a couple shots at least near it or in the air is probably a good message to send. Like, hey, this isn't okay. You're not welcome here. This is not where you should be. And encourage them to keep a distance. Again, this is me on the outside looking in. I don't know. It would be great if we could get to know them and be friends and, make s'mores together out in the backyard, but chances are that's not going to happen. So anyway, yeah, this is the Googway. I don't know if it's a Googway. Is there a Googway? Maybe. If there are, they're definitely monsters, but it could just be another name for Sasquatch. I know that there's lots of people that would disagree with that, but when you start hearing a lot of these terms get thrown around, I think it's hard to know if you're dealing with an actual variation or if it's just another interpretation. So I don't know. Kumbaya, you got it, Barbara. If we could sing Kumbaya and just all get along and be friends, that would be awesome. Just doesn't seem like they're real interested in that. And doesn't seem like a lot of people are interested in that either. Certainly I'd love to think that these were the fluffy caretakers of the wild places and that they were absolutely peaceful and benign and just trying to look after the wild places. That would be wonderful. I love that idea. I just don't know that that's always accurate. I think it might be in some cases, but I think in others might not be. So Plays one with Willie and Squatch. Yep. They say Sasquatch likes getting skunky. Thank you. People smell and say they smell skunky. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't heard of skunk ape being peaceful or indifferent, but it could be possible, I suppose. Well, I got a friend, Marie Dumont. What? For Tom Standing it is. Oh, Todd Standing. Yeah. Todd Standing from Sylvanic Bigfoot. Yeah. I tried to get him to come on the shows to talk on the podcast, but he said he would, but then when it came time to schedule, all of a sudden it was crickets. So I did. Todd Standing, he's a controversial figure in a lot of ways, but I think the guy really does get out there and is, trying to do the right things for the most part. I'm not sure that I'm convinced that some of the evidence he's provided is actual evidence, but I don't know. I mean, what the hell do I know? I've never seen one. I've been close to one, I think, but I've never seen one. So I just don't know what they look like for sure. I just know they're big and potentially terrifyingly dangerous. So, yeah, Todd. Mr. Todd Standing. So anyway, the behavior sounds like a Sasquatch, but the description of long legs puzzles me. Well, remember, this is a kid. He's in a very adrenalized state, seeing something that he doesn't really understand and trying to protect his family, his sisters, and the rest of their dogs. So, yeah, that's pretty intense for sure. So great story. I think we got time for one more. I'm going to pick which one it is. This one sounds kind of cool. Didn't I read this? I did read this one. I forgot to close it. There we go. I don't want to read that one tonight. I'll read that one tomorrow. This one sounds good, but I'll read that tomorrow too. Not this one. Oh, this one sounds kind of cool. This is one that we haven't covered a whole bunch, but it's a topic that does come up in conversation. Todd gets out there for sure. I'm with you on the picks though. But if they're real, damn. Yeah. I mean, if they are, fantastic. I do believe that Bigfoot Sasquatch has a lot of biodiversity, much like we do. I mean, if you took a picture of any two people from different ethnicities that would look like completely different, if you took a third party that wasn't a part of any of them and looked at them, they would say, well, they're different species. There's enough biodiversity, but we're all human beings. And so perhaps the same is true for these unidentified cryptids of Sasquatch, Bigfoot, or any, a number of names, skunk ape, grassman, Yeren, Yowie, Almas, Almastes, woodwos, grogok, all the different names around the world. Maybe there's just a lot of biodiversity, much like there is in human beings. And maybe they're all the same tree, but who knows? All right, let's get to this one. This one is also from Phantoms and Monsters. We're going to revisit Phantoms and Monsters here and read this one because we have not covered much of this, and these stories don't come up as often. But this is phantomsandmonsters.com again. Again, remember, great sites. Find out a lot more by visiting and checking out all their catalog of encounters. This is Mermaid and Mermen rescue youth at Beaver Lake, Arkansas. So a freshwater virgin, it sounds like. I did say version and not virgin, just to make sure. I didn't enunciate it probably really clear, but just wanted to clear that out before I got some snarky comments. An Arkansas youth was rescued from a serious injury by a mermaid and mermen while diving at Beaver Lake. They also convey knowledge about their kind during the encounter. Wow, so they got rescued and had a discussion. Sounds like a pretty steep order to me, but let's keep reading. Hi, when I was a kid in high school during summertime, my younger brother and friends would go to Beaver Lake in northwest Arkansas and go swimming. We used to jump off a cliff into the water. Well, one day I jumped and people watching said that a giant fish-like person grabbed me from hitting my head on nearby rocks when I was under the water. I opened my eyes and saw a young lady with silvery fish tail instead of legs. 2 young men with her were behaving very protective of her and kept me from getting near to the lady. They also had silvery fish tails. Apparently one guy was her boyfriend or bridegroom. That one had short black hair and a pencil mustache. A mustache? I'm thinking of any kind of fish-like being that has a mustache. The other 2 had strawberry blonde hair and raced ahead of the 2. Well, they were nice and benevolent to me. Volumes about their world were conveyed to me in a few moments. They are different life forms on Earth that we do not know anything about, and they want to keep it that way. Under normal circumstances, those males would have killed me, so I suppose they were trying to impress the female, or one of them was courting her and the other was escorting them somewhere. Mermaids and mermen are captivating and very attractive, but also kill humans. I don't know why, but these ones actually saved my life and swam into the darkness. I don't know what to make of that. That sounds like a whole lot from just a quick dive in the water. It's not like they got together and made sandwiches and had a discussion, but somehow this person is claiming to have this dump of information. Now, maybe they're not good talkers. Being mermaids is back. A mustache. Yeah, maybe there's mustaches. Maybe it was more like a catfish thing. I don't know. Anyway, that's very strange. I don't know if I'm really subscribing to this story. It just seems like a whole bucket load for just jumping off some rocks and into the water. And how did this person make out all that detail in just that momentary thing? Was he like underwater for a while? Or what the hell's going on? I don't know. Maybe he did hit his head on the rock and that's where this is all coming from. I'm just saying, it's not, it's so unusual. It's so unusual. I'm skeptical of this story, just for the record. I just think I love the idea of these beings being out there. Don't get me wrong, but I just am not so sure that this is a valid account. It's just literally like, a 5th grade writing assignment kind of thing. It's just a few quick paragraphs. I mean, what was in this big information dump that you got, other than that? I don't know. It's just, what do you guys think? You think it's legit? 1, if you think it's legit, and 0 in chat if you think it's not legit. Let me know. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts on this is. Give me a 1 or a 0. I'm not meaning to sway your opinion either way. SoCal says, yep, next. Yeah, amen. Yeah, 0, Annie. 0, SoCal. Yeah, I think so too. Barbara says 0. Yeah, I think lots of zeros. Holy God, it's a zero fest. John Stevenson, Rachel, Blue Cruise, Jojo. I think we're all Sarah Bellamy. Is that Bellamry? That's a cool name. Yeah, I think it's a big zeros too. It's just too much. Too much that apparently happened from diving in the water and almost hitting your head. I'm thinking maybe they did hit their head. I just don't know, Uncut says. And that's fair enough. I mean, can I know? No. But it's just, if I had this tale, it would be much more than just, 3 paragraphs, and then a sentence or 2 at the end. It would be so much more than that. That's a huge event. And that's all you had to say. And how did he get to the dating or spoken for? I mean, there was a narrative in there that was just like, what? I don't know. Anyway, we'll leave it there. It was interesting, but it's over. Where are we at for time? It's 9. It's 9. Okay, for tomorrow, we're going to get into the Skinwalker story. But we're all out of time for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Again, congratulations to the 3 t-shirt winners. Dog Digger, good to see you, brother. Over there on Rumble. Great to see you. It's been real quiet on Rumble. Where's Justin Goodearth been? He's got some splaining to do. All right. But anyway, it's great to see you guys, all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on the portal. I appreciate all your visits and all your love, all of your attention, and all your support. Thank you so much. Again, special thank you to the channel members, but special thank you all for being here. If you enjoyed what happened tonight, if you enjoyed being part of the journey, hit the like before you leave. It helps me out. If you're watching this when it's not live, please leave a comment. That helps me out a bunch too. There's lots of ways to support the shows. Not all of them are monetary. Just recommending the show to other people is a huge thing. Sharing the episodes if you like a show. You're like, hey, I want to post this so other people that I know can check it out. That would be amazing. And that would help me out a ton too. So not everything is monetary. And I have a hard time asking for that kind of thing anyway, because I know we're all just doing the best we can. So I don't want anybody to give anything that they really can't afford to, because I'm just thrilled that you show up and pay attention to me. That means the world so much to me. So thank you so much for everybody and all that you do. And I hope you guys enjoyed the journey tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night. It'll just be me again and you guys. So hopefully we'll have a good time. And that'll be at the same time. We do these live shows every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the platform you're watching. If you're on YouTube, join us there. If you're on Rumble, join us there. If you happen to be on Twitch, join us there. We're streaming live to all 3 of those platforms currently right now. And I may be expanding that in the near future, just haven't yet. So that's it for now. So just remember, love y'all. So be good, be kind, be nice, take care of each other, help each other out, find the magic in every day, and remember to laugh as much as you can. And I'll be back tomorrow night and we'll dive into it all over again. So I'll try to find a bunch of new stuff to talk to you guys about. And we'll be doing the Discord question of the week. So that'll be coming up tomorrow night. Join me. Until then, take care, get some sleep, and I'll be waiting for you here tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Thanks again.